What's up, Buttercup? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is writer focused because it's all about if you should join AuthorTube or not. I have been on YouTube for almost 8 years now. Yes, it's been a long time. And I'm actually 20% AuthorTube, 80% BookTube, but I do have quite a few videos focused on AuthorTube, and I think that it can be a fantastic resource and a very fun place to be. But there are things going into being an AuthorTuber that might turn people off. So I'm just going to go off the things that I've known for almost 8 years, and I hope this is helpful. The first thing that I think people miss somehow is that you're going to be talking a lot about writing and marketing and publishing. Do you want to do vlog videos, live streams, tips and tricks videos, how to write, insert topic, how not to write, insert topic, and a lot of writing advice videos as well? If that isn't what you're interested in, then I would suggest kind of like what I do is like a mix between BookTube and AuthorTube. But there are plenty of AuthorTubers that do very well just talking about writing. I think AuthorTube, unfortunately, has gotten less popular over the years. I remember a bunch of very successful AuthorTubers that were making a lot of money, not just on their books, but also on their channel. But I think around the COVID-19 lockdown, things changed, and TikTok became way more popular for writing advice, and also Substack, which is really interesting. I think you just have to keep in mind that things change. There's ebbs and flows for everything on YouTube, and people go certain places, or, you know, maybe they cut their time in half on YouTube and they move more over to TikTok. But that could change because for quite some time, AuthorTube was the place to be. So you also have to keep in mind that there might be other platforms that you feel like you have to join in order to get your channel moving. I'm not on any other platform other than Goodreads and Facebook, and I have a website and newsletter. But other than that, I'm here to stay because, I don't know, I just really love AuthorTube. I don't do AuthorTube as much as others because I have a an interesting writing type that doesn't necessarily work for AuthorTube. I have a lot of books published, but like I don't do writing vlogs because I don't write every day. I don't even write weekly. I'm what Becca Syme, who I totally recommend, she's fantastic, as an intuitive discovery phoenix writer. That's a lot of words, but I don't outline. I can outline, but I don't, because I have a really fun time discovering what's unconsciously in my mind for a story and then writing it out and discovering what's going to happen. As a phoenix writer, think of a phoenix. It is born and it burns very bright. And that is me and other phoenix writers writing 30,000 words in 2 weeks. But then the phoenix dies. And as the phoenix writer burns out because you just wrote 30,000 words in 2 weeks, we don't write for a while. And we can't fight that, oh, I can't write, won't write, oh no, I feel really bad, or else that just makes things worse. So what I've learned is that you have to just accept that you've died as a phoenix. But don't worry, because after the time that you are on a break, you are slowly being reborn, and then you burn bright again, and then you write 20,000 words in a week, and there you go, you've got a 50,000 word novel. So that isn't something that really works for AuthorTube. AuthorTube is very structured, really big into outlining, also really big into habits and live streaming often. If you're not into live streaming, that's like a big trend nowadays. I don't mind live streaming, I actually really enjoy it, but oftentimes I'm not writing. I'm doing something else. But there are a lot of AuthorTubers that will do how-to videos, tips and tricks, podcasts on writing, but a lot of their focus is live streaming and getting out those words in a structured way. You don't have to live stream, like you don't have to do a lot of things ultimately, because no one's forcing you, right? But live streaming on AuthorTube is very popular nowadays. I think that's been a thing since the lockdowns, honestly. Like, what else are you going to do? Everyone was very lonely, and that was just a great way to come together and also write and build a writer community, all while, you know, everything was on fire. I really like posting AuthorTube-ish videos regarding advice, positive advice, and things that I just have learned over the years. And sometimes I will post author focused updates on my writing, and if there is really big news in the indie writing world, I will also post about that. But like I said, I'm 20% AuthorTube, and I would think, looking back on my videos, a lot of that is also just promotional material for my books. But you have to remember, don't focus all your energy on promoting you. You are trying to connect with an audience. You really want to be yourself. People can tell when you are trying to push something, namely your books or maybe your writing course, and that's not necessarily what they want. They want someone to connect with, to befriend, to probably become a fan of, and that means that, yes, you're not going to try and push people just to your books. You want to be yourself, and that is your brand, and the books then follow. I like including BookTube with my AuthorTube just because it's all things books and literature, and we just combine those. And like I said earlier on, I'm not the type of writer that can do multiple writing videos and live streams every week. I'm just not built that way. And I think there are a lot of writers that are in the same boat. So if that is the case and you're struggling really hard to come up with writing videos, then that might be something to think about. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped in any way, shape, or form. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about AuthorTube as a whole, or anything that I shared in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.